Next, Mr. Myers addressed the next two allegations on the charge sheet. Two allegations of attempted murder against the third set of twins in this case, babies L and M. It's alleged Lucy Letby tried to kill them at pretty much the same time, on the day of the Grand National in April 2016. You may remember she'd asked her dad to put a bet on the grey in that race that day, and she won £135 after backing the winner.
Mr. Myers reminded the jury that the twins were delivered 7 weeks early because baby L wasn't growing properly in his mother's womb. Lucy Letby told the court she remembered the brothers because she was at their birth. She said she wasn't supposed to be working the following day, but agreed to come in because the unit was so busy. There were actually 15 babies on the unit, so it was near capacity.
She said that she and another nurse hung the drip of glucose prescribed for baby L at around 12 p.m. on April the 8th. But despite that, throughout the following day, the sugar levels in his blood remained low. But she couldn't explain why a sample later revealed high levels of insulin in his blood. Here's Mr. Myers.
You are aware insulin is being used to lower his blood glucose. That's the allegation.
Yes.
Was that a result of anything you had done?
No.
Do you know why that happened?
No.
Had you had any involvement with insulin at all?
No, not at all.
We know a blood sample was taken and several hours later was analysed and found to have high levels of insulin. Did you do anything to cause those readings?
No.
Can you explain those readings?
No, I can't.
Now, at 4 p.m. on this same shift, baby L's brother, baby M, who was being looked after in the same nursery, suddenly collapsed and stopped breathing.
Nursing notes previously shown to the jury suggest that at around 3:45 p.m, Lucy Letby co-signed with Nurse Griffith for a dose of IV antibiotics for him. Although the notes are unclear about exactly who administered them, digital records the court heard about suggest Nurse Griffiths was using the computer at the nurse's station around this time, and it's the prosecution case that while she was giving baby M this medicine, Lucy Letby also injected air into the drip of glucose in an attempt to kill him.
Dr. J-Ram, who led the prolonged resuscitation of baby M, gave evidence that he noticed bright pink patches on his torso that flitted around and eventually vanished when he recovered almost half an hour later. He said it was unusual and very similar to the rash he'd seen on the first baby to die, baby A, some 10 months earlier.
Mr. Myers asked Lucy Letby if she too had noticed this discoloration on baby M's skin, but she insisted she hadn't.
He also asked her about resuscitation notes she'd written on a paper towel and a printout of a blood gas test relating to baby M that were found in a shopping bag at her home when she was arrested more than 2 years later. The prosecution say she took them home along with more than 250 handover sheets as souvenirs.
But she insisted they'd simply come home in the pocket of her uniform by mistake.
How did those come to be at your house?
They are kept in the pocket in my uniform and have come home with me in my uniform.
Did you have any other use for them?
No.
Why doesn't it just go in the bin?
That's an error on my part.
We know there are various pieces of paper, handover notes from various babies found at your house. Are they something you specifically kept?
No.
Did you have any use for them?
No.